What if I told you the reason your manifestations are slow isn't because you're doing it wrong? It's because you're doing it from the wrong identity. Most people are stuck trying to manifest, visualizing, affirming, hoping, but still waiting. And waiting kills results. Because the moment you wait, you confirm it's not yours yet. That's the trap. But there's one simple shift that flips everything. A shift so powerful, it makes reality catch up to you faster than ever before. This isn't about doing more techniques. It's about becoming someone different instantly. And once you get this, you won't just manifest faster. You'll feel like it's already done. Stay with me, because this one shift might change how you see reality forever. Let's be real for a second. Most people are stuck in trying mode, trying to manifest money, trying to attract love, trying to change their life. But here's the hidden truth no one tells you. The moment you are trying, you are unconsciously telling your mind, I don't have it yet. And that one signal keeps you stuck. Think about it. When you try to get something, what energy are you operating from? Lack, distance, separation. You're here, and your desire is over there. And no matter how many techniques you use, affirmations, visualization, scripting, if your core state is, I'm trying to get it, you're reinforcing the idea that it's not yours. Now here's the shift that changes everything. Stop trying. Start being. Instead of asking, how do I get this? Ask a completely different question. Who am I if I already have this? Because the version of you who already has what you want thinks differently, feels differently, moves differently. If you already had the money, would you still feel anxious checking your bank account every hour? If you already had the relationship, would you still feel needy, overthinking every message? If you were already successful, would you still doubt yourself every time you take action? No, you wouldn't. That version of you is calm, certain, relaxed, confident. And here's the key. Manifestation is not about getting to that version. It's about becoming that version right now. Most people think, once I get it, then I'll feel confident. But the truth is the opposite. Once you feel confident, then you get it. This is where everything flips. Instead of waiting for results to change how you feel, you change how you feel first. You step into the identity first. You embody it now before any physical evidence shows up. And don't overcomplicate it. This isn't about pretending or faking something unrealistic. It's about shifting your inner state in small, real ways. Start simple. Walk like the version of you who already has it. Make decisions like that version. Talk to yourself like that version. Even in tiny moments, choose alignment. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, what if this doesn't work? Pause. Replace it with, of course it works. This is who I am now. You're not lying to yourself. You're selecting a new identity. And here's something powerful. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's consistently assumed. So when you repeatedly be that version of you, your mind starts accepting it as truth. And once it becomes your truth, your reality has no choice but to reflect it. This is why some people manifest fast and others stay stuck for years. It's not about effort, it's about identity. The ones who manifest quickly aren't trying harder. They've stopped trying altogether. They've decided, this is who I am now. No chasing, no forcing, no desperation, just embodiment. And the moment you fully step into that state, something shifts. You feel lighter, more certain, less attached. You're not constantly checking, is it here yet? Because deep down, you already know it's yours. That's power. So next time you feel yourself trying, pause. Don't do more. Don't force it. Just ask yourself one simple question. If it was already mine, how would I show up right now? Then do that. Because manifestation doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being. Let's clear something up. Techniques are not the problem. Affirmations, visualization, scripting, they all work. But here's the truth most people miss. Techniques only work when your identity supports them. If your identity is still rooted in lack, no technique will save you. You can repeat "I am wealthy" 100 times a day, but if deep inside you still feel like someone who struggles with money, your mind rejects it. And when your mind rejects it, your reality stays the same. Why? Because your life doesn't follow what you say. It follows what you believe you are. That's identity. Your identity is the story you've accepted about yourself. I'm not lucky. I always struggle. Things take time for me. I'm not that confident. These aren't just thoughts. They are programs. And every decision, every reaction, every emotion you have flows from that identity. Now here's where it gets powerful. If your identity says "I don't have it," then every technique you use becomes a reminder of what's missing. You affirm because you don't have it. You visualize because you don't have it. You script because you don't have it. So instead of attracting your desire, you reinforce the gap between you and it. That's why people feel stuck. They're doing everything right on the surface, but nothing changes underneath. So what's the real shift? Stop focusing on techniques and start focusing on identity. Instead of asking which technique works best, ask, who do I believe I am? Because once identity shifts, techniques become natural, effortless, and powerful. Let's break it down simply. A confident person doesn't use affirmations to become confident. They naturally think confident thoughts because that's who they are. A wealthy person doesn't force themselves to feel abundant. They make decisions from abundance because it's their identity. A loved person doesn't constantly seek validation. They feel secure because they already are loved in their mind. Do you see the pattern? Identity creates behavior. Behavior creates results. So if you want different results, you don't need more techniques. You need a new identity. And here's the best part. Identity is not fixed. It's not permanent. It's something you've practiced consciously or unconsciously over time, which means you can change it, but not by forcing, not by fighting your current self. You change identity by repetition of a new story. You start telling yourself a different truth. Not, "I hope this happens," but "This is who I am now." At first, your mind might resist. That's normal, because you're stepping outside your old comfort zone. But if you stay consistent, something shifts. Your thoughts begin to match your new identity. Your emotions start aligning. Your actions follow automatically. And suddenly, you're not trying anymore. You're just being. Here's a simple way to apply this right now. Pick one identity you want to step into. Just one. Maybe it's "I am someone who always succeeds," or "I am naturally confident," or "money flows easily to me." Now don't just repeat it like a robot. Live from it. When you make a decision, ask, what would this version of me choose? When doubt shows up, remind yourself, that's not who I am anymore. And slowly, your entire internal world begins to rewire. This is why identity beats technique every single time. Because techniques are temporary actions, but identity is a permanent state. And once you lock into that state, you don't need to chase results anymore. They come to you. So stop searching for the perfect method. Stop jumping from one technique to another. Because the real power was never in what you do. It was always in who you believe you are. Here's something most people don't realize. Waiting is not neutral. Waiting is a signal, and that signal is powerful. The moment you say, "I'm waiting for it to happen," you are unconsciously confirming one thing. It's not here yet. And that one assumption keeps it away. Waiting feels harmless. It even feels logical. You think, "Of course I have to wait. It hasn't shown up yet." But manifestation doesn't respond to logic, it responds to state. And the state of waiting is the state of lack. Let's break it down. When you're waiting, you're checking, when will it come? Why isn't it here yet? Am I doing this right? That constant checking creates tension, doubt, pressure. And even if you don't say it out loud, your mind is repeating, I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it. That's the real problem. Because your reality doesn't reflect what you want. It reflects what you consistently assume to be true. So if your dominant state is waiting, your reality keeps giving you more reasons to wait. Now here's the shift. You don't wait for what's already yours. Think about something you already have: your name, your phone, your home. Do you wake up every day checking if it's still there? Do you feel anxious about losing it every second? No. There's a calm certainty, a quiet knowing. That's the energy you need to step into. Not hope, not desperation, not waiting. Knowing. And knowing feels different. It's relaxed. It's grounded. It doesn't need constant proof. It simply says, it's done. Now, this doesn't mean you ignore reality blindly. It means you stop emotionally reacting to what you see right now, because what you're seeing is just a reflection of your past state. It's old news. Most people make this mistake. They look at their current situation and say, see, it's not working. But what they don't realize is they're reacting to yesterday's thoughts, yesterday's identity. If you keep reacting to the old, you recreate the old. So how do you kill the waiting energy? You replace it with certainty. Instead of asking, when will it happen? Shift to, it's already in motion. Instead of thinking, I hope this works. Shift to, of course it works. And most importantly, stop checking. Stop checking your results every hour. Stop looking for signs. Stop asking others if you're doing it right. Because every time you check, you step back into waiting. And here's something powerful. The fastest manifestations happen when you're not obsessing over them. Have you noticed that? The things you get easily are the things you're least attached to. Why? Because there's no resistance, no pressure, no waiting energy. You assume it and move on. That's the state you want. Live your life. Stay in your identity. Feel it real and let it unfold. You don't need to force it. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to control every step. Because the moment you truly know it's yours, you stop trying to make it happen. And that's when it happens. So next time you catch yourself waiting, pause. Don't panic. Don't overthink. Just remind yourself, if it's already mine, why am I waiting? Then drop the need to check. Go back to your state. Go back to your identity. Go back to that calm certainty. Because waiting delays, but knowing accelerates. And once you eliminate waiting completely, you'll notice something incredible. Things start showing up faster than you expected. Most people have this backwards. They think, once it happens, then I'll feel happy, confident, secure. But that's exactly why it doesn't happen. Because you're making your emotions dependent on something outside of you, and as long as you do that, you stay stuck. Here's the truth that changes everything. You don't feel it because it happened. It happens because you feel it. Your emotions are not a reaction to reality. They are a signal that creates reality. So if you keep saying, I'll feel good when it arrives, you're delaying the very thing you want. That's why the shift is simple but powerful. Feel it real now, not later. What does that actually mean? It means you step into the emotional state of already having your desire before any physical proof shows up. Not fake, not forced, just intentional. Let's say you want financial freedom. Instead of constantly thinking, I need more money, pause and ask, how would I feel if I already had more than enough? You'd feel relaxed, secure, free. You wouldn't be stressed over small expenses. You wouldn't panic about the future. Now here's the key. You don't wait for the money to feel that way. You generate that feeling now, even if it's just for a few moments. Because those moments are powerful. They send a clear signal to your subconscious. This is normal for me. And your subconscious begins to align your thoughts, actions, and even opportunities with that state. But here's where people go wrong. They try to force emotions. They sit there thinking, okay, I have to feel happy, I have to feel excited, and it feels fake. That's not the goal. The goal is not intensity. The goal is naturalness. You don't need extreme excitement. You need quiet certainty. Think about something you already have. You're not jumping with excitement about it every second, but there's a calm, stable feeling of it's mine. That's the feeling you want to create. Simple, real, grounded. Now let's make it practical. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a small scene that implies your desire is already done. Maybe it's you checking your bank account and smiling, or someone congratulating you, or you just sitting peacefully, knowing everything worked out. Keep it short, keep it real, and most importantly, feel the emotion behind it. Not the visual, the feeling. Even if it's just a soft sense of relief or a quiet smile, that's enough. Because it's not about doing it perfectly. It's about doing it consistently. The more you return to that feeling, the more familiar it becomes. And the more familiar it becomes, the more your mind accepts it as your new normal. And once it's your normal, your external world starts catching up. Here's something powerful to remember. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you feel is natural. So if stress feels natural, you'll keep attracting stressful situations. If lack feels normal, you'll keep experiencing lack. But if abundance, love, confidence start feeling natural, your reality has to reflect that. So don't wait. Don't say, I'll feel it when I see it. Flip it. Say, I'll feel it now, so I can see it. Even if it's just for a few seconds at a time. Because those few seconds, repeated daily, create a new emotional baseline. And from that baseline, everything changes. So next time you catch yourself saying, I'll be happy when, stop and ask yourself, why not now? Because the moment you truly feel it as real, you're no longer chasing it. You're living it, and when you're living it internally, it's only a matter of time before it shows up externally. Let's address the biggest struggle people face. But what about my current reality? You look around and nothing has changed. The money isn't there. The relationship hasn't appeared. The situation still looks the same. And instantly, doubt creeps in. You think maybe this isn't working. That right there is where most people lose. Because they treat the 3D world, what they see, hear, and experience right now, as the ultimate truth. But here's the shift that changes everything. Your current reality is not the truth. It's a reflection of what? Your past thoughts, your past identity, your past assumptions. So when you react emotionally to what you see today, you're reacting to yesterday's mindset. And when you react, you reinforce it. You give it more power. You recreate it. That's why nothing changes. So what does it actually mean to ignore the 3D? It doesn't mean you deny reality or pretend it doesn't exist. It means you stop reacting to it. You stop letting it control your internal state. Think of it like this. Imagine watching a movie you've already seen. You know how it ends. Even if there's a tense scene in the middle, you don't panic, you don't stress, because you already know the outcome. That's the mindset you need. When something in your reality doesn't match your desire, instead of reacting, you remind yourself, this is just the old story playing out. Nothing more. And here's the key. You stay loyal to your inner reality, your imagination, your identity, your feeling. Because your inner world is the cause and the outer world is the effect. But most people do the opposite. They look at the effect and let it control the cause. They see no results, so they feel discouraged. They feel discouraged, so they think negatively. They think negatively, so they stay stuck.